So a few years ago, I began channeling an ancient pair of shamans who identified themselves as the divine masculine, divine feminine. And in the process of channeling them, I started to download some powerful energies, some powerful codes, and some very powerful information that accelerated my spiritual journey exponentially. It accelerated my healing process, both physically, mentally, and emotionally in just profound exponential ways. And also gave me access to some very powerful magic, which I've been using successfully to create the life that I desire. You know, those things which I truly desire, and to actually remove from my experience those things that I do not desire, the things that I do not want, the experiences that are not pleasing, okay? Now, for years, I've gone through a number of unpleasant experiences, which have brought about healing and growth, which were completely necessary. But when I began to channel these beings, they started to explain to me and help me understand that painful experience is not the only way to grow. It is not the only way to learn. And then we can actually do so from a peaceful state of enlightenment, okay? And the basic idea and premise of this energy and this information that I've downloaded, that I've been using successfully with myself, with my own life, and also with the lives of people that I've been helping, is self-love. Quite simply, self-love. Now, this is not to be confused with self-care, okay? There are a lot of folks out there right now that are engaged in all sorts of beautifully wonderful self-care practices that are not self-love, okay? Love is a very powerful, conscious, creative, healing energy, okay? Love is so much more than an emotional state or a feeling or a set of feelings in the human experience, okay? Love is a powerful, creative, healing kind of magic, okay? It is a very specific code or series of codes of light that I've gained access to and downloaded in great detail over the last few years. Now, this concept of self-love means unconditional, okay? Think about this for just a moment. We all, at some point in time, have looked in the mirror and criticized ourselves. Oh, I'm too fat, I've got wrinkles, I'm old, my hair is gray, and the list goes on and on and on, okay? That is not love, okay? Judgment, criticism, condemnation, a lack of acceptance, these things all interfere with self-love. Now, when we talk about self-love, we're talking about love in the most pure form. We're talking about unconditional love. We're talking about accepting ourselves, loving ourselves completely on all levels, past, present, and future. One of the benchmarks of this entire process is seen in the way that I've changed my language. For instance, I've stopped saying that I'm growing. I've stopped saying that I'm becoming a better person. And here's why. When we say that we're becoming a better person, what we're saying is that the person that we were before was not good enough, okay? We're judging and condemning and not accepting a past version of ourselves. And even more so, what we're doing is we're saying that people who are currently like we were are not good enough. We're casting judgment, condemnation on other people. Okay. Now, in order for us to fully experience the concept and the power of self-love, we have got to also put that energy into the world around us. Okay. Now, what this means, it means the complete and utter cessation of judgment and condemnation. Okay. Now, our whole entire lives, all of us, are conditioned with belief systems about good and bad, right and wrong. Okay. These are all fear-based beliefs. Now, in order for unconditional love to exist, there must be a complete and utter lack of fear, okay? These ancients explained to me that in a space where there is fear, love cannot exist. That the tiniest amount of fear in any space prevents unconditional love from existing, okay? Now, in order for us to access this power that I'm speaking of, we must experience unconditional love. Now, it has to start from within, okay? This means that we love ourselves unconditionally. And I'm going to say this over and over again because it's really important. It means that we accept ourselves fully and completely on every level, okay? It means doing a deep investigation into ourselves, past and present, and even any projections of ourselves that we might have in the future, and fully accepting them. Okay, that means that we're not going to judge ourselves. Okay, we're not going to condemn ourselves. We're not going to identify ourselves as being bad or wrong. Okay, now this means, of course, or that it doesn't mean that we're going to live in a state of delusion about ourselves. Okay, we're going to acknowledge the mistakes we make, but we're not going to judge them. We're going to stop looking at ourselves as being bad or wrong, and we're going to stop looking at others as being bad or wrong as well. Okay. This means acknowledging that we have caused harm, okay? And this means acknowledging that on an honest level. That means not deluding ourselves about harm that we've caused, but it also means not accepting the judgment of others, okay? Now, we have all at some point in time been told by somebody that we were wrong, that we were bad, that we hurt them, and in a lot of cases, if we were to investigate these situations honestly, we could see that we didn't actually cause any harm to anybody. We didn't actually hurt anybody, okay? And we are not to accept that, okay? We're not to take on the projections of judgment or the projections of insecurities or condemnation of others, okay? We're going to take judgment of ourselves out of the hands of other people as well as out of our own hands, okay? The cessation of judgment is going to move us into a space of unconditional love. And as we move deeper and deeper into this space of unconditional love for self, it's going to emanate outwards. It's going to have an effect on other people. And we're going to gain greater access to power, a creative healing power. It's going to allow us to develop the experience that we want to have. Again, we're also going to look at our experience and we're going to remove judgment and condemnation from it. We're going to stop looking at the things around us that are happening and the things that we experience and judging them as being wrong or bad, and simply accept them as being, okay? We can acknowledge life, we can acknowledge our existence, we can acknowledge ourselves and others without assessing a value, without assigning a positive or a negative value to them, and simply look at them as just being. That's it, just being. Okay, starting with this basic idea, okay, starting to work on the awareness of how we judge ourselves, how we condemn ourselves, and how we judge and condemn others, we're also going to take a look at the true essence of love, okay? Love does not cause harm. It does not create suffering. It does no wrong. I've developed this very simple rule by which I live these days, which has really created a very positive experience for myself and others. And that rule is, if ever I'm in doubt about what it is that I'm doing, what it is that I'm thinking, what it is that I'm feeling, or what it is that I plan to do, I ask myself simply, is this coming from a place of love, or is it coming from a place of fear? Okay, and there's a very clear delineation between love and fear. Apply this to your thoughts, apply this to your feelings, to your thoughts and your feelings about yourself, to others and the world around you, to the things that happen, to the things that are going to happen, to the things that have happened, okay? And just make that clear assessment and clear delineation. Is it love or is it fear, okay? If we start to move only from a space of love, which again is the complete and utter absence of fear, what we're going to find ourselves doing is creating a more positive experience. We're going to find ourselves more empowered. We're going to find ourselves enjoying our experience more. We're going to find ourselves attracting more to us than what we want, okay? Now, love attracts the things that we find desirable. Love attracts the things that bring us joy. Love attracts the things that bring us positivity, whereas fear does the exact opposite, okay? So we want to start by bringing these ideas, these concepts into our meditation, into our daily awareness as we go throughout the day, and just grow that awareness for the time being. You know, I'll be making future videos over the next couple of weeks going more and more in depth with this concept, with this idea, and with the particulars of it. But use this as a starting point and watch how everything changes for you just in the next 5 to 7 days. I mean, I promise you will experience a profound change just in the next 5 to 7 days. I love you. I accept you. I honor you. I hope that you start to love, accept, and honor yourself and watch it grow.